Okay, welcome everybody back to the show. Two nerds are better than one. I am Ron Deasy, and we got my host.
Mr. Awesome.
And we are back with our another episodes of Bad Batch and The Last of Us. So let's start off with The Last of Us.
Okay.
This now correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the one where they start off with they're over in Asia or somewhere? Or
Uh,
was that the last episode where they get they find like the lady doctor or the lady scientist
I
to
don't.
go look at the body?
I don't remember that part. Maybe I zoned out or something on that first part. The first part that I remember in this episode was they're at like the gas station, and she's they're at the gas station, and Ellie's just kind of playing with her new gun that she got
Yeah.
from Bill's place, and I know that Joel is like siphoning off gas, and she's making fun of him because he doesn't know how it works.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know how it works. I just know it works.
Right.
That's I think how it started for me. I don't really remember the scientist part, but I could have just zoned out on it. What happened with the scientist?
Oh.
Because I remember one of the episodes. I don't know if it was. I think it might have been the second episode. They showed the scientist because they showed how it was getting out of control, and they tried to recruit her.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That was when they're in like Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was episode 2, just how it started.
Yeah, and I don't think we talked about that show.
No, we didn't talk about that part because I was just
But
like,
that scene was very good. Like those two actors, just the lady scientist and like the general, where she looks at the body and then she's sitting down with her tea, and he's like, yeah, so what do we do? And she's like, who got bit? One person, we got like 14 soldiers missing, and she's like, shit, we're doomed.
Yeah.
Bomb us. Just bomb us. That's the safest way.
Yeah.
I've been studying this for years. There's no cure, there's no vaccine, there's no medicine. And the look on both their faces, they're like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, I'm dead serious. Take me to my family because I know this is it.
And they talk about it later in that episode, because when they're walking through the place, they say like, this place got bombed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go back on that scene. I remember I saw a clip on it on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, that scene was great. Like,
yeah,
it was so intense. Yeah. So okay. So back to the episode, what, 4 or 5? We're on 4.
I think we're on 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're at the gas station. She's fascinated with a new gun she got from Bill and Frank's house.
Yeah, she seems very happy.
And then we see more of the bonding. Right? She finds like a book, right? Or
it's like a book of puns. It's like a bunch of dad jokes.
Yeah. And she's trying her hardest to make him crack. He's like, nope, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
So he fills up the truck. They go through one of the cities, and they find I don't know if it's the QZ zone that we're trying to go to, like the rendezvous point.
Well, I know that the main goal is to get to Wyoming, where Tommy is.
Mm-hmm.
From what I know. So I know they're on their way there at some point, but that's all I know. And then they run into the trap. Well, I mean, I think it's a trap. It's a roadblock, basically, to the only way they can go, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I definitely think it was a trap to make them go into the city, because that was like the only other way they could go.
So they have to take a detour, and because there's a way to look. Well, that's the thing. It could have been a trap either way, right? Either they get out and they go through the tunnel,
right,
or they go backtrack and then go around the car. And they took the second option, going back.
I feel like it's a trap, though, right? Because if you go through the tunnel, you can go as fast as you want. You know what I mean? You're flying, going 50 or 80. But if you're stuck in a town, in small crevices, you can probably only go between 10 to 30 miles an hour unless you're going to hit something.
Yeah. So they're going through the town, and they see this pedestrian, this guy saying, help me. And Joe knows right away, oh, buckle up, Ellie, this is a trap. He goes around, and is there people on the roof, I think?
Mm-hmm. And I think a couple of these things are actually right from the game. Like, there's a guy right in front of him. He says, I'm not going to help him. And there's that, and then there's the part where they're in the car before they get there, and he's got like the Hank Williams cassette,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "This is actually before my time. This is a good one." It's like right out of the game, like
Right.
almost verbatim. So it's pretty cool. I actually saw like a 1-to-1 on it, and I think
Yeah.
it's the exact same phrases that he uses. So it's cool that this show is doing that. There's been a couple
Yeah.
times already when I've seen like just scenes even that represent almost perfectly like what the game looked like, you know?
Yeah. And it's almost like this show had it easy because the game is already a movie in itself. Like the scenes, the cinematic aspect of it is like it was very easy to copy, and they're doing a very good job about it. So they get ambushed. Um, Joel tells Ellie like, "Yo," he finds like a hole in the rock. He's like, "Yo, stay in there, okay? I got this." And he takes out maybe three people. I think
Uh,
he takes out maybe two at
yeah,
first,
definitely.
right?
I think at least two. Yeah, because there's shooters across the street,
Right.
that are
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shooting at him.
You're right. Yeah. So he
Yeah.
takes out two across the street, and then he's handling one more. And I think the guy has like a shotgun or rifle, and it's like gasses up against Joe's neck. And then Ellie comes and save the day. And he goes, "Yo, go back, go back. I gotta execute this guy."
Shoots
And
him in the
then,
back, by
yeah.
the way, with her gun that Joel had no idea she had.
Mm-hmm.
Little sneak.
Yeah.
But she did save his ass. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
he had him, man. I don't think
Yeah.
he was gonna get out of that one. So
No, definitely not. And so then what happens next? Then they just, they stay in hiding, right? Until the coast is clear. Or they stay hiding until like the people leave, right?
yeah,
Because there's like another truck on patrol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so they just stay in hiding. And then they cut to where I guess it's a Firefly base, right?
I don't know if it's that. So I haven't played the games to this part, but I've been
Mm-hmm.
reading up on some things and the characters and stuff. Kathleen actually isn't from the games, from what I
Mm-hmm.
hear, but I think that she's a part of like the Hunters and stuff like that,
Right.
from what I hear. Which is like kind of a faction that is trying to is just another kind of not exactly the Fireflies because they do things a little differently. They just don't want to deal with the Fedra, from
Mm-hmm.
what I understand. So I think she's like a leader or a co-leader of them. And you go to her interrogating someone who apparently is her former doctor, who like delivered her at birth, and she's after Henry and Sam, who are from the
Mm-hmm.
games, which I'm sure you
Right.
know. So I read a little bit about them too. Not too much so to spoil everything for me, but just a little bit. It's Henry's the older brother, Sam's the younger brother, and Henry will do anything to protect, his younger brother.
Yeah.
Including apparently he gave up the location of Kathleen's brother to Fedra, which is why she's looking for Henry. So that's why she's interrogating the doctor, because she's trying to
Yeah.
find out where Henry is so she can get revenge on him.
Right.
And all of a sudden hell's breaking loose outside. She goes out there and you find they never say his name, I don't think, or maybe they did, but he basically gets killed, and he's one of the residents of the Hunters. And she
Mm-hmm.
just flips out, and she's like, she thinks that he's a guy that was somebody who the doctor hired or Henry hired to kill some of the Hunters. So she just goes
Yeah.
in and kills him, execution
Yeah.
style, like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I remember.
Yep. And then the soldier, one of her soldiers, I think second in command or whatever, shows her something in one of the bunkers or something like that in one of the rooms. And there's something growing
Oh, that
underground. And it's
pit!
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, it's freaking crazy. Like you see a divot into the
yeah,
like almost like a crater a little bit, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's moving. The rocks are moving up. Something is going to come out of the ground that is huge, and I have no idea what it is because I never played the games. So you may have an
Okay.
idea.
What it could be though, I don't remember. I haven't played the games in a while.
Well, there's
But
no way
if you
that one
look,
of those little tickers or the regular guys could move rocks like that.
well, I remember in the trailer they show a ticker and a whole bunch of tickers, or some
I guess it could be
affected.
multiple things. That's true.
Yeah. It shows them coming out of the ground. So this could be it right here. If you look back at like one of the trailers of Last of Us, it shows like a mutated, like all mutated ticker coming out the ground with other infected around it.
Okay.
So that could be it right there. So then we go back to Ellie and Joel. They're in this apartment, right? Or something like that. And they're getting some rest. And Ellie tells another joke. And it finally got Joel to crack.
It did.
And it was a good
He knew
one.
the answer to the joke too, which is funny.
Right.
I thought that was pretty good.
And so they laughed. And yeah, he laughed for a while. He's like, damn, you got me. And he laughed for a while. Yeah. And then she knew, she's like, yes, I finally got to him.
Finally got him. Happy moment followed by terrible moment.
And then they wake up. Well, actually, Ellie's like, Joel, wake up.
Yeah, dude. And they set a trap too. Joel lays down all this glass and stuff by the doors, which means that they already had to be in that spot somewhere, right? There's no way you could actually get through all that glass. It had to have made a noise, So they had to have already been around where the glass, in the room where the glass was originally put. So there's no way they walked through that door. But yeah, he sets a trap, and they wake up, and there's guns on them.
Yeah, and is this Henry and Sam?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And when they're when you see those Kathleen and her enforcer looking around too, they find a location where Henry and Sam were at one point hiding, because you see all these paintings and little kid drawings, which again, I had no idea who these people were at first. I'm just like, what? Someone's got to be running away with their kid or something like that. But it's like a bunch of superhero drawings. So basically, Sam looks at Henry like he's just like the awesome of the awesome or something like that, because he's always like a superhero in all his drawings. Yeah.
So that was it for The Last of Us. Do we know how many episodes this has?
10.
10? So right number 4?
Yeah.
So yeah. It's a great so far. HBO did a great job so far. Hopefully they keep the pace. I don't think they can fail with this show. The game is already great. They just gotta follow it. Maybe put a little bit more extra stuff in it. But I think this is going to be one of HBO's one of their best shows.
Well, so far I think they're doing everything right, because like I've said, and again, I never finished the game, but every time an episode finishes, a lot of times people put out these 1-to-1s, from the game and the thing, right, one after another, and they're almost like the exact same scene in some parts. And I think you need to do that to really bring back some nostalgia for people. Sometimes it bums people out when like nothing is like what they already saw. You know what I mean? That bums me out. I can say that. I'm like, why did they put this in?
Right.
I hate that when they don't do that. And then other people's excuses, it's like, well, we don't want it to be exactly like you don't have to be exactly, but you could do some stuff. You don't have to change everything. So I really enjoy it. And if they keep doing it the way they're doing it, I agree. I think it's going to be freaking awesome. So,
could this be the one movie-based game or game-based movie?
I mean, TV series, I guess. It's not a movie, so you can't really give it that credit. Right. But I got to say, man, this is probably the best so far anyway. It's the best one I've seen.
Yeah.
I could definitely, I'm sure I'm going to watch this over and over again. It feels like, like The Walking Dead season 1, where I just watched it over and over and over again.
Maybe for our next episode, we should go and look at all like the movie or game-based movies and like game-based TV series. The only TV series I can think of right now
I can't think of many game-based TV series.
Is only Resident Evil that came on Netflix, but that was like
right.
They put that like way in the future and everything, and it was such.
It didn't even need to be called Resident Evil. Really.
Yeah, it should be called something totally different.
Yeah, I don't know if they just really wanted to use Wesker, but other than that, it doesn't make that much sense.
Right.
Yeah, man.
We gotta look at it.
We'll have to think on that,
research.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really, off of the top of my head, I cannot think of any video game, at least live action series. Maybe Street Fighter, because they did the Assassin's Fist, which actually wasn't bad.
That was good, yeah. It was, but like
it's not this level of good.
Yeah. They also did Mortal Kombat too. Did you see those on HBO Max? Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Oh, so they're live action?
They're live action. It's like 6 episodes each. There's 2 seasons, and each of them have like 6 episodes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. You can tell it's like low budget, almost like the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. But it has the second season. You know what's weird? Because I remember when these first came out. Do you remember Machinima?
Yeah.
So these came out on Machinima first, right?
Oh, we talked about this before.
Right.
Yeah, because we
So
were
it came
talking
out
about
Machinima
Assassin's
first.
Fist, and then you told me
Yeah.
about the Mortal Kombat. Okay, so
So
they
it
put
came
them
out
on
Machinima
HBO
first.
Max.
So
Right.
season 1 is almost its own thing. It's like season 1, season 2 are like kind of different. And if you ever watch it, you'll see what I mean. But with season 2, they have a twist on it. I'm not going to tell you, but it's
It
twisted.
sounds like you don't want to give anything up. That's why you're not telling me how they're different. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so
I'll check it out. I got other
yeah.
stuff to do. I haven't been watching too much hockey lately. I've been watching like different TV shows with my wife, so maybe I can check that out.
Right. All right. So now let's go to Bad Batch.
Okay.
And they released 2 episodes, right?
Either we're behind or they just decided to release 2 episodes, because I was shocked when there was 2 episodes there to watch.
Yeah,
I was.
I'm pretty sure they released 2 episodes, because I remember I was looking for it. I was staying up Tuesday night, and I remember there was just
man, you were waiting for it, huh?
Yeah.
I just watched it today.
Yeah, I was doing laundry, so I had time to kill.
Okay.
So I was like, was it 7 and 8 came out, right?
Yes.
And yeah, so
man,
I
know
Disney
why
Plus.
they released them both at the same time, because they're just like I don't know if they didn't want to leave you on a cliffhanger because they felt bad or what, but
right.
Dude, I would have been dying to watch the next episode after the first one. So
right,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, oh, you know what? Maybe it'll come out at like 9 o'clock, because I know sometimes they release it on like East Coast time.
No way.
So I'm like, maybe so I'm keep checking. I'm like, it's not there yet. And I remember it's only 6 episodes.
No,
and then I fell asleep and I woke up and it's like past midnight. And I'm like, oh, wait, there's 2 more episodes? I'm like, whoa, okay. So I watched them, and I can't remember too much of episode 7. So I'll let you take care of that one. But I remember, I know episode 8.
Okay, so you want me to start with episode 7?
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense, actually, because you don't like as much political stuff anyway. So it makes sense for me to do it. All right. That's cool. So you start basically, it's like you see these 2 clone troopers that are kind of out of uniform, right? It's Slip and Cade. And they're talking about what happened on Camino. Because apparently there was like the excuse is, but we all know, in case you don't remember what Camino is the planet and the place that the clones were created. You know,
the water planet.
Yeah, right, where Kenobi fights Jango Fett. Yeah, so that place with the rope and everything. Yeah. So their excuse. By the way, that place gets wiped out completely, and I believe it's in. I don't know if it's in
the last episode, the last season.
Yeah, I think it's in the last season. Yeah, they take out Camino completely, and the excuse is that it's a storm. A storm wipes out the cloning facility, basically. So they're talking about that, and basically they say, "I'm whistleblowing. That's it. I'm gonna tell everybody." And they leave the bar, and an assassin just shoots one of them like right away. He goes running away, and he basically gets away by like grabbing a bike. And like, by the way, I thought it was Crosshair.
I was gonna wait till you finish.
Yeah,
I didn't really think about it until I saw like you actually see.
Yeah, he didn't have the Crosshair uniform, but he had a sniper rifle. You know, I mean, but he wasn't quite as good as Crosshair at the same time. If it was Crosshair, he would have killed him. So I guess it makes sense that it wasn't. I'm actually kind of glad it wasn't Crosshair, because I feel like if it was, unless it was one of the Bad Batch, they weren't getting away. You know what I mean? So yeah, he grabs a speeder bike and like kind of just runs with it as it goes off, and then just goes straight down and flies away, and that's how it starts. Then you open to the political part, and it's this big this is all takes place on Coruscant, by the way, so you know where the senators and everybody are, and they're having a meeting about what they call this bill. It's the defense recruitment bill, basically, and it's basically we want money to get more soldiers because clones, and this is I didn't think of this by the way when we were talking about how Omega got older. Time may not have gone by as fast as we thought because clones age quicker.
Yeah.
So a lot of clones are getting to the age where they shouldn't be fighting anymore, and they need money to get more troopers. So that's what this defense recruitment bill is about. And there's some people that are for it. Of course, it's the bad people, right? So it's like the bank, who's always bad in the Clone Wars, and of course, Admiral Rampart, who's the guy who destroyed Kamino, which is what this is all about.
And he shot the other clone. What, in episode 2 or 3? 2. I think it was 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end, I think it was, or maybe something like that. Anyway, he's a bad guy. We know he's a bad guy, and of course, he's for this recruitment bill. And there's senators that are against it, and Organa's against it, and a couple of other people. But the big one is Ryo Chuchi, Senator Ryo Chuchi, who's like I think she was in the Clone Wars, by the way, because the way she looks just like someone who like they saved or something like that. I have to look it up to see for sure, but it looks like it was one of the people that she saved, and that's why she has a thing for like clones, like to help them and stuff. She was like she's on a mission. Soft spot for him. And her basically goal is if we're gonna get new troops, we're gonna have to take these other people, the clones that we have now, out and find a plan to they risk their lives and stuff for us.
Yeah, we gotta take care of them.
Exactly. We need to find a way to take care of them after they leave. So that's what this whole meeting's about.
Yeah, I think at the end of the episode, he's in hiding and he has a communicator, and he's like, "Yeah, I need help. I heard you can help me." And I think that was like towards the end of the episode, and we find out in the next episode that he called Rex.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so he goes to like this alleyway to meet the person who's gonna get him out of there, because he's got to get out of there, and everybody's looking for him. Rampart's looking for him because he knows he's a whistleblower, and he's gonna tell everyone that he destroyed Kamino, and Chuchi's looking for him because she can prove and go on trial to basically arrest Rampart, right? So two factions are looking for him for two different reasons: one to kill him and one to use him. Yeah. So he ends up at this alleyway to meet someone who's going to take him away off the planet to be safe. And when he's about to meet him, Chuchi shows up with two helpers.
Guards.
Yeah, basically guards. And they both one gets shot, and the other, they both get shot actually. And she runs away, and she's about to get shot. And then,
well, actually, what's his name? Skip. What's his name? Skip. What's the clone name? Slip. He gets shot first, and then one of the guards gets shot, and then the guard takes Chuchi into like a factory. Then he gets shot.
Yep.
And then the assassin is about to kill Chuchi, but then Rex comes and saves her.
It's so cool that you don't know who it is at first, even though that's actually who I thought it was. But you just see this figure in like smoke, and he's got like a cloak, like a superhero, and then boom, shoots him, and it's fucking Rex. I lost my shit, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And that's when they're trying to interrogate the assassin, and that's where like, oh, is this Crosshair? And then it's not Crosshair; it's just a regular clone, and he has his markings removed because
he has
don't want to leave no evidence, no trace, or nothing.
Nothing.
And they're like, how's that possible, right? And he bites this little thing to like commit suicide. So
he says, "I'm a believer," and then he takes himself out. I'm like, damn. All right, this got dark.
Right. So then we get into the next episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rex contacts. By the way, that episode didn't have Bad Batch at all in it.
So, no, it didn't. But it leads right into it.
Leads up.
They need to give him the story and everything. I like the way they did it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me at all.
So Rex contacts Bad Batch. Say, hey, I got a mission for you guys. And Wrecker's like, oh, finally, I'm tired of just playing around, probably some action.
But real quick, I think it's really important it starts out with Omega and Echo talking about how he met the Bad Batch. a little bit because they
Yeah,
saved
yeah, yeah.
him on I think it was Skeko Minor.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where they actually found him because he was just a regular trooper, like with Cody and Rex, and then he got taken and was used for
Got
something.
captured.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he got turned into Echo, so he's basically a misfit like the rest of them, and they took him. And that's like
Yeah.
the one thing that they're talking about right before this episode gets going. And then, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks. So Rex tells him like, yeah, we need to like hijack or go onto a starship, a command ship. And Hunter's like, whoa, that's like real up there. And he's like, look, it's for a good cause. So they go meet on Coruscant. Rex gives them, and by the way, they're like, yo, we are wanted in Coruscant. We can't go there. He's like, look, I got a flight plan that can get you under the radar. So
it's gonna be all right.
yeah, it's all right. Rex got this already. So they meet. They get in there
Do you
undetected.
know who I am?
Yeah, they get in there undetected. And Rex tells the plan. So, look, this is what's going to happen. We need to prove that that the Camino base wasn't taken out by Storm. It was taken out by the Empire now, or our clones.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that we could get this is in the ship by the command log or something like that.
Yep, exactly, on his ship. Yep.
So they have a plan and they're going to execute it. Meanwhile, is it Chochi? What's her name? Chochi?
Yeah, Chuchi is you're talking about when she's meeting with Halle Bertoni?
Yeah, so she's one of the Camino people that worked on that clone facility. And she's like, yo, we need you to testify. And the lady's like, I can, but it's not gonna work. It's not enough. And she's like, and I think Chuchi like kind of persuades her, like, look, we need something, and we got something else coming up too. We're trying to get all the evidence we can. And so,
and her evidence is basically they've been diverting funds even before Camino was destroyed to other projects, when it should have been those funds should have went into the clone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's like her basic evidence from what I saw.
Right. And then Chuchi goes back to Rampart and just trying to get some more stuff out of him. And I can't remember if she said this or it was said by somebody else. She's like, yeah, it's kind of funny how a storm took out this clone facility when this facility was made to withstand the storm for this long.
Yeah.
So why now? And I forgot what the answer Rampart gave, but Chuchi's not buying it. She's like, yeah, I got you. All right, just don't worry. So Bad Batch, fast forward, Bad Batch gets on the ship and they get the command log. They fight some troopers off, and they deliver the command log to Chuchi or no, they don't give it to, they give it to Organa. They give it to him, right?
Well, they give it to Omega. I know that because she's waiting.
Yeah, they give it to Omega, and then Omega gives it to Organa while the meeting's happening.
Right. Yep.
So they bring the evidence in front of everybody, right? They show the recording that the ships actually took him out. And by the way, in the last episode, they mentioned that the Emperor or Palpatine is like, he's off somewhere. He's been absent, MIA.
Yeah. So
he hasn't been present at these meetings, right? And so at this time, when they finally show the evidence, like, oh yeah, like Rampart did this. Here's the proof. Ba-da-da-da. And then the music plays, and then the Emperor comes from out of the middle of
right in the middle.
The room,
yeah, dude.
And
right through the picture.
Yeah, and he's just in his chair, and he's like, "Yeah, it is true. This is what happened. So arrest him. Yeah. So, we need to correct this, but this, however, further proves that we need to do this program. This
right, we got to get
bill.
rid of these clones because they'll just
we have
listen
to get rid
to
of these
anything.
Clones because these clones did this mindlessly, and we don't need these clones anymore. We need like real humans to have a mind of their own, so this can't happen again.
Imperial
and I'm just like,
troopers.
damn, he is a genius.
Yeah, dude.
He might be the worst fighter in Star Wars history, but this dude has a plan on top of a plan on top of a plan. And sure enough, at the end of the episode, they said, yeah, Palpatine is always a step ahead of us. And if you think about it, this dude is such a chess player.
Oh, yeah.
Because he made the clones to where he like planned everything like perfectly. The clones have to have accelerated age. And you're thinking like, yeah, we just need troops fast. Right? But at the same time, it's like, no, we need troops fast. But at the same time, they're gonna die out faster.
That's
so
right. They won't be useful. They won't even be a problem in 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he planted the Order 66 in all of them.
Yep.
And then he has this. He's like, yeah, Rampart was my pawn. And this is just gonna push my thing further. Meanwhile, he has the Death Star building somewhere else.
Yep.
So Palpatine, this shows how Palpatine is like such a chess player from Darth Maul, from the Clone Troopers, from Count Dooku, from the Separatists, how he used everybody to his advantage. From Anakin, this dude has been running things, and nobody knows how to stop him. This guy's a genius.
Can only be one emperor, man.
Right.
I gotta tell you,
this episode gave me more respect for him. I was like, yo, this guy's badass.
It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's
good.
like, I'm ready for this. This is nothing. Like, all right, so they're soulless. You just proved my point. We got to get rid of them, and we got to get these other guys that I can tell what to do.
Right. And so, you know what? In this episode, I was thinking like, there's no way they're gonna get this evidence to them, right?
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, "There's no way."
Because like, something's gonna happen.
It'll ruin the timeline and ruin everything. But then this happened. I was like, "Oh, okay." But then this answers our question. Remember, I think by episode 1 or 2, we were trying to have our predictions. Like, what is this season gonna show? And now we're seeing what this season is probably gonna be about. It's gonna be the phase out of the clones.
Yep.
And the phase in of the Imperial Stormtroopers. So this is, and then we'll probably get to see how the ships change and the armor gets changed to the Emperor Troopers. So this is what the season's probably will be about. And then we probably we're gonna see what happens to the batch, like what happens to them.
Yeah, well, one thing that's already happened to him is, and this is why I wanted to bring up Echo again. Echo decides to stay with Rex. He leaves the Bad Batch at the very end of the episode, you know, and you could almost tell like it was coming if they didn't start doing stuff, because from the beginning of the very first episode, Echo was the one who's like, dude, I'm getting tired of sitting on my ass while my brothers and everything are getting killed out there and are doing, you know, terrible things. You know, he's been wanting to attack this problem. And everyone else seems to be just kind of content, just chilling at Sid's, you know? But Echo was talking about it from the very beginning. He looked irritable. He was tired of waiting. And this is his chance. He's like, you know, I'm going with Rex because he's trying to do something about this now. So for now, they're split up. Echo is now with Rex, and the rest of the Bad Batch are still together.
Yeah, which is like, there should have been 5 Bad Batch, but now there's only like 3 of the originals that are sticking together.
Yeah,
Wrecker, Hunter, and Tech.
Yep. I also hope too. This is my little theory. At some point, we saw Rex, we saw Echo go with Rex, but we also saw Cody, who's kind of having a conscience too. I'm hoping they all get together again at some point before the season's over. To see Rex and Cody again, especially, would be super cool.
Right.
I'd be very happy with that. Or maybe he's still kind of messed up and they have to have a rematch. That'd be good too.
So yeah, that was a nice episode. That was pretty good.
The season's finally starting to get where I was hoping it would be. Because I felt like there was a little bit of filler and story. Maybe it was a little bit for story builder for later, but for right now, those 2 episodes kind of feel like filler. I wouldn't mind another filler Jedi episode, though. I'd be okay with
it. Yeah, you're right. Because like the first 3 episodes were like, what is this? Well, the second episode kind of introduced Rampart, but the first episode was like, and
Well,
then
no,
the
like it
racing
started out
episode,
good, right?
yeah,
It's building a little bit of a story. I get that, and then you go to what Crosshair's doing. Totally cool with that. And then after that, yeah, it just kind of,
you get the racing
which is
episode.
fun, but it's not
Yeah, it was
really.
fun.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do with anything. Then you get the
Yeah,
treasure hunt, right?
yeah.
And
Hopefully they circle back around and explain that.
yeah, and
Or
then you
maybe
got the Jedi episode,
yeah.
which is cool. You know, I'm glad
Mhm.
I saw an Ewok that had Jedi powers. That's super cool. But this one is really back to the plot. You
Yeah.
know, so now I hope they just keep going forward with this.
So now we're gonna talk about our predictions for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
You go first, man, because I
Yeah. So Ant-Man the Wasp. Have you seen like the exclusive clip of when Scott is talking to damn, I can't remember his name. Who's the main villain? Kang, yeah. You see the exclusive clip?
I try not to watch those.
Okay, then I won't say it.
No, you can. It's okay. You can say it.
It's a quick
It's not
clip.
like me watching it, so it's okay.
So Kang is like, you're an interesting man, Scott Lang, and he has his mask on, and then comes off.
Okay.
And then Scott's like, yeah, you made a big mistake, man. I'm an Avenger, and I just called him. So whatever you're doing, stop it now. And Kang goes, an Avenger.
Yeah.
It's like, have I killed you before?
Yeah, I've already heard this.
Yeah.
That's from like Comic-Con.
And he's like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, it starts to all blend in together. It's like, are you the one with the hammer? He's like, no, that's Thor. And then it cuts. Yeah, so my predictions. I think there's a lot of people saying like, I see in the comments like, yeah, this is probably the only Ant-Man I'll ever see because everybody else didn't like the other two Ant-Mans. But I enjoyed both of them.
This is a different Ant-Man though.
This is a different Ant-Man. This one,
without a doubt, the two have a very fun tone. This does not have a fun tone. There's probably going to be some funny moments in it, just like any Marvel thing at all. But this is going to be a dark movie, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
there's just from the trailer, just to know who's in here. So you have the original Ant-Man. You got the wife.
I wonder what the running time is on that movie. Keep going. I'm gonna check.
Yeah. So you got the original Ant-Man, and then you got the his wife that just came back from the quantum realm. And then you got Ant-Man and Wasp, and then you got their Ant-Man's daughter, who ends up being Stratter. What's her name? Stature. Right. So then you get MODOK in here. You get Kang in here. And then Ant-Man is doing some type of heist.
Yeah.
And what we don't know yet. So there's a lot going on here.
Obviously, whatever he's stealing has to be something that's going to get him out of the quantum realm. He has to be stuck there. There's no other reason why he would be there.
Yeah. And so we can probably already safely say that this movie definitely connects to Kang Dynasty and maybe the other Avenger movie. But yeah.
Maybe he's not stuck there. Maybe he went there because that was the place that he knew he would find Scott Lang in that particular time. Right? He travels through time. He already knows what's going to happen, right? So maybe he went there specifically because he knew that his daughter would be in a bad situation right at that time, and maybe that's why they did that. Who knows? But it's possible.
Yeah. This is why we're predicting what's going to happen. Yeah. I feel like there's going to be somebody else that pops up in here that haven't shown in the trailer. Yeah, Loki's a high possibility. But yeah, I think I heard a rumor that Ant-Man dies. I heard a rumor.
Well, it's definitely possible.
Yeah. You can see that there's a fight happening, and he says, I don't have to win. We just both have to lose. So
where do all these Ant-Men come from, too? Right? It's got to be from alternate worlds.
Could be.
I mean,
what's it called? Variants, all different variants.
Yeah.
Or it could be he's going on a trip like a mind trip or something like that.
Yeah, or him from alternate timelines. I guess that's true too. But
Yeah,
that means you can bring anybody back too. So now your predictions just go. Because I
yeah,
mean, you can bring Iron Man back. You can bring anybody who's dead back if you want
yeah,
through this, because he's in the spot where they travel through time, right?
yep. And then we go to where this could also set up, and I don't think they have now announced it yet, but this could set up Young Avengers. So if you go back, we see a lot of they're bringing a lot of young cast in.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
you
they're
have
definitely setting that up. And again,
yeah
stature will be more, you know.
Stature.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Kate from Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ironheart.
Mm-hmm.
We could possibly have Black Panther's son.
Too young.
Too young, yeah.
I'm gonna say
You're
too
right.
young, but you do have Wanda's kids.
You do have Wanda's kids.
Yeah, they're supposed to be a part of the Young Avengers.
I don't know if they'll try to add, and this she might be too old, but Echo, because she's getting her own series, right?
She is getting her own series.
Oh, Miss Marvel.
Oh, Miss Marvel, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Who else?
And the Young Avengers?
Young Avengers,
I
yeah.
think that's it. I think those are the key members.
They could this is a possibility. What about the girl from Thor? That
Yeah,
he takes in?
eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe. But she's not, I know she's not in the comics or anything like that, but they don't have to follow the comics.
Yeah. You know, Ultron was created by Ant-Man, but in the movie, in this the MCU, he's created by Iron Man. So, you know,
Exactly.
they play with a lot of stuff to switch
Sure.
things. So yeah, so my predictions. Uh I'm probably gonna go with the rumors that Ant-Man dies or sacrifice themselves. Either Ant-Man or Wasp. Um and this leads up Kang that we can safely say that Kang, if this Kang dies, there's obviously another Kang that they have to face. You know?
Yeah. There's tons of variants of him. I mean, the He Who
Mm,
Remains was like the one who won out of all the variants. But now that
right.
he's dead, it doesn't really matter anymore. And he
Mm,
said he killed a lot of them, and he used that thing to kill him from Loki.
mm-hmm.
I can't remember its name now, but that cloud dragon thing, it was like super cool. He
Yeah.
used them to kill basically all the variants.
This comes out.
I looked up the Young Avengers, the ones I'm talking about, Wanda's kids,
Mm-hmm.
Wiccan and Speed.
Okay.
Those are the Wanda's kids. Yeah.
And Ant-Man comes out next week, right?
Yeah, I looked up the running time too. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes, which I don't like. I thought it'd be
Oh.
longer. Yeah, now I'm
Oh.
not so sure.
So
You got a
yeah.
lot in there, man, for only 2 hours. I'll tell you right now, nothing's gonna get resolved. You're going to a cliffhanger.
So Wakanda Forever just just came out on DVD and on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that there's like a whole bunch of deleted scenes
Oh, really?
that set up a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
So
Anything good?
I haven't watched all of them, but there's a scene to where um Agent whatever his name is, the colonizer, as they call him, he
Oh,
breaks
okay.
into the base and he wipes out their computer or their thumb drive. What's her name's or her laptop, Ironheart's laptop. He breaks in so they can wipe it out. So the the government can't have the blueprints to the
Oh, to the
vibranium
yeah, the
machine.
vibranium finder or whatever.
So
Okay.
yeah, he does that. Um, and he has the beads. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, the
But he's talking to
communication
Shuri.
beads. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's talking to Shuri the whole time while he's breaking into the base and
Is his
trying to
name
wipe out.
Ross? Is that his name? Everett Ross?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everett Ross, I think.
Okay.
So there's that scene. There's another scene where there's some type of leader in Wakanda, and he's talking to Okoye. Is that her name?
Yeah.
He's talking to her, and he's trying to convince her to become the queen. since Shuri is like, I don't want to do this. I'll be the Black Panther, but I don't want to be no royal. And we're still not sure what M'Baku is, but the leader is like, or maybe they're trying to get them to hook up. Oh, I just
I'd
thought
say
about that.
M'Baku's going to be an advisor.
Yeah. So the leader's like, yeah, we think you should be the queen. You know, you've been by Black Panther's side and the original queen, Ramonda, for all this time. So
I would have been
we're like
okay
the
with
best
that.
fit. So, but then this also sets up, I think they said that also sets up, they're trying to give her own series. I forgot what it's called, the Midnight Angels or something like that.
That'd be cool.
So they're trying to say that too.
Is
Then
that
there
what
was
all those suits were?
Yeah.
Okay.
The suits that she got at the end. And then there was like another scene that I forget what it was. But yeah, there's supposed to be like 3 deleted scenes that should have stayed in Wakanda forever, but it didn't. But yeah.
Okay. Well, that one scene sounded pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the deleting the files or whatever, but asking her to be the queen is pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. One. And before we end this, did you check out the Dragon Ball fan made thing I sent you?
Oh, forever ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
I thought it was awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like, because I think that was episode 4. There's like 3 more episodes before that one. But yeah, Goten and Trunks, like as like teenagers, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. Sorry, I thought you were talking about
Oh, that where they're fighting the world tournament.
Yeah.
No,
It's like a new take on Dragon Ball a little bit.
Yeah, that was tight though.
That was so
where
sick.
Goku, like, he doesn't even turn. It's not even. We wouldn't even call it Super Saiyan, but he turns something.
He goes like full like feral, dude. Like like animal.
No, but I sent you a different one. It's called like Dragon Ball Abridged or something like that.
Oh no, I haven't checked that out actually.
I think you like it.
To me?
I sent it to you a while ago, maybe like a month ago.
Dang, really?
Yeah, I'll send it to you again.
Let me see what's there. But anyway, go ahead. Tell me about it.
Oh, it's just like, it's a fan made, and it's Goten and Trunks fighting somebody, and they're teenagers. Let me see. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll send it to you like tonight or after we're done.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have.
I don't know if you ever sent it to me, dude.
Okay, I'll look for it.
Yeah, because I don't see it, and I'm going back pretty far, dude. Then I'm pretty sure if you sent me something Dragon Ball, I would have watched it.
Yeah. I'll find it.
Okay. All right. Did you watch that KI documentary I sent you?
No.
Dude, that KI documentary is great. You gotta just listen to it. You don't even have to watch it. But I would recommend it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Should still be in your messages. Anything else?
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The DC news, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is coming out real soon. It's like March 17th or something like that.
Oh, I heard that Wonder Woman's supposed to make a cameo in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder why.
Oh, it's called Dragon Ball.
That makes sense. It's gods, so I guess that makes sense.
It's Dragon Ball Deliverance. That's what it's called.
Deliverance. Okay.
I'm sending it to you right now. Okay, you should get it right now. But anyways, yeah, that's it for tonight's episode, people. We need your guys' help of getting more subscribers so we can get more content out. It motivates us to put more stuff out. Please leave some comments and if you guys have any questions, we will answer them.
Yeah, and share it. I mean, if you like it, share it. That always helps.
Definitely. Other than that, guys, make sure you subscribe. Listen to us on Spotify. And once again, we are Two Nerds Are Better Than One. My name is Ron Deasy, and I got my co-host,
Mr. Awesome.
And we will see you guys next episode.
All
Thank you. Good night.
Later, guys.